You know that unpleasant feeling you get whenever you're about to go do something new or questionable? The heavy breathing and shortness of breath that may come if you are in an extremely unpleasant state? This is fear. Fear is something everyone experiences in a day-to-day life. It may be something as big as giving a speech for the first time in front of a big crowd, or the little common things like heights, bugs, jump scares, etc. It is often just associated with scary movies or haunted houses. That type of fear. However, all fear does is restrict us from stepping outside our comfort zone, thus restricting us from being able to experience new things. How is fear controlled, you may say? Fear is controlled by the amygdala, a small almond part of the brain located near the brainstem. This simply alerts you of danger when danger is present and is your way of your brain saying, hey, you need to do something to make yourself safe. For example, I spend lots of times at baseball/softball games, so I have gotten used to this happening, but when I'm usually sitting directly behind home plate, I often see foul balls hit straight back at me. When those happen, the others around me flinch because of the part of the brain that sees a ball flying at you when you aren't expecting it, and so it tells your body to get out of the way so you don't get hurt. There are 4 different things that when present lets us know fear is present: uncertainty, attention, change, and struggle. Each of these is something that we all have experienced before in association with fear. Uncertainty, going into an unknown territory you typically aren't comfortable with. Attention, the feeling that you are being watched by multiple people. Change, the thought of the lifestyle you used to have is now going to be different and out of your comfort zone. Finally, struggle, the feeling of failure and not being able to make it through something. Take sports for an example. I play softball and my game is centered around failure. The failure to make an error or not produce the right outcome, which is the reason before every game I feel like throwing up. So I get out and I don't have to feel the fear of failure. I experience uncertainty in pregame, watching the other team warm up, worrying that I won't be able to do well. Attention, whenever I go up to bat or make a defensive play. All the eyes are on you for that time, and only thing that goes through my mind is, if you fail, you might get pulled, or oh my gosh, please let me make this catch or hit the ball. With change, my biggest change that caused me the most fear was definitely coming to college and joining my current team. Any collegiate athlete can recall their fears as an incoming freshman joining a team. The fear is of not being good enough to play, or the fear of if you make a mistake, they're going to hold it against you for the rest of the time you are here. Then struggle, having to adapt and not be perfect from the beginning, or struggling to get out of a slump, or feeling unpleasantness whenever you can't overcome something. However, some people learn to adapt to the failures. The National Health Society conducted a study of 10 ways to overcome fear. 1. Take time out. The first thing you need to do is take time out so you can physically calm down. 2. Breathe. The unpleasant, overwhelming feeling you get, instead of fighting it, face it, and take a deep breath so it calms yourself down. 3. Face your fears. Avoiding fears only makes them scarier. Whatever you fear, if you face it, it should start to fade. 4. Imagine the worst. Think of the worst possible outcome that could go wrong to get yourself and your mind prepared, which helps you at the end. 5. Look at the evidence. It sometimes helps you challenge fearful thoughts. For example, if you're scared of getting trapped in a lift and suffocating, ask yourself if you've ever heard of something like that happening to somebody. 6. Don't be perfect. Life is full of stress, yet many of us feel that our lives must be perfect. Bad days and setbacks will happen. It is important to remember that life is messy. 7. Visualize a happy place. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine a safe and calm place. If you can picture yourself walking on a beautiful beach, or snuggled up in a bed with the cat next to you, or a happy memory like from childhood, let the positive feelings soothe you so you feel more relaxed. 8. Talk about it. Sharing fears takes away a lot of their scariness. 9. Go back to the basics. Lots of people turn to alcohol and drugs for self-treat anxiety, but this will only make matters worse. Simple. Everyday things like a good night's sleep, a wholesome meal, and a walk are often the best cures for anxiety. 10. Reward yourself and finally give yourself a treat when you've made that call you've been dreading. For example, reinforcing your success by treating yourself to a massage, a country walk, a meal out, a book, a DVD, or whatever little gifts make you happy.